Back with Lake Erie Chestnuts, back with another episode. Today I got 4 things I always carry with me when I'm in the orchard, and a 5th thing that I like to have nearby. So let's get right into it. If you don't know me, my name's John. I have a 10-acre chestnut orchard that just crossed its 10th year. It's really starting to ramp up production here in northwest Pennsylvania. The first thing I always have in my right back pocket is a set of Corona bypass shears. That's like coronavirus, but they've been around for a long time. Lifetime warranty on these, I believe. Corona BP7200 shears. Easy latch on and off. They keep a sharp edge for a long time. You can use these all the time to clean up branches that have been knocked down by the wind, deer knocking them down, clean up any low-lying branches, just very versatile instrument. I use them if you use tree tubes. You can trim the tops of those, move those, whatever. So very, very useful tool to have in your back pocket at all times. The Corona bypass shear BP7200. I'll leave a link in the show notes so that you can easily find these on Amazon or wherever you like to shop. Not sponsored, but love them. Number 2, always love to have zip ties. Now I don't carry these zip ties exactly, this is just what I had nearby, but I love a great releasable zip tie. I typically use black ones. I don't know why, white ones probably would work a little better, wouldn't attract as much sun. They last 3 or 4 years out in the sun, even if they're UV protected, but I find myself using them all the time. If you're using tree tubes, you need to fix a zip tie that's broken off by an animal or over time from a stake. If you want to attach an ID tag, they're just very, very versatile. Throw a couple in my front pocket, lose a couple as I go along when I'm digging in my pocket, but very, very useful to have a releasable zip tie. I like the 12-inch, and I can trim off with my bypass shears. The other length if I don't need the full length, but I use 12-inch, 100-pound, 120-pound rated releasable zip ties. That's the way I can release them. If I need to loosen it to slide that tube up off the stake, I don't have to worry about breaking the one that's on there now, and I find that very helpful. Number 3 thing that's very helpful in the orchard, got to have a set of gloves, but I don't spend tons of money. I just go to my local Home Depot or Lowe's and find the 8-pack for sale for 10 bucks or whatever of whatever brand you might have. This particular brand right here is Grease Monkey. This one right here, Firm Grip. But basically I like this model. They breathe, they're not overly hot in the summer, but they have a rubberized base. And when you grab a burr, as long as you're not squeezing that chestnut burr too tightly, you can even harvest chestnuts with these. Now, if you're gonna be squeezing and plucking all day long, will you occasionally get a little poke? You might, but I go home and I don't have spikes in my fingers that I'm digging out. I don't have wounds, just using these. Now you can buy very heavy leather gloves, but I'm just telling you what I use. And what I use, cheap gloves whenever they're on sale, Home Depot, Lowe's, buy a bunch of them. You can hand them out to your buddies that want to come and help you. Don't you have a bunch of those? I have a lot that want to come help me. At least during deer season, they want to come help me. Number 4, either kept in a holster on my side or in a pocket. It depends which knife I'm carrying with me that day, but the Buck 110 knife, carry it in a small leather sheath that it comes with on my side. That's very helpful for if you don't want to be using the bypass shears. You can use the knife to clean off the extra of the zip tie that you've just added. You can cut creases in the top of the tree tube. If you have a branch that's rubbing in a particular spot, you can cut a little line down the side of the tube to remove that chafing spot to keep your branches healthy. You know, the zillion other uses you might have for this during a given day. Opening packages of fertilizer, whatever it is you might have. A Buck 110, about the best knife that you can have. Most of them have a lifetime warranty, although you do have to ship them in. I have sent a blade in, and then it took me about 2 months, but I got it back. I had to pay for shipping, so is it worth it? I'm not sure. Buck 110 knife. The other knife I like to carry, gifted to me by my buddy Eric, a Spyderco H1. This is a knife that has a clip on the side, so you can put it inside your pocket and let it just ride along your side in your pocket, and you can easily access it. Very easy to whip out, put your thumb in it, and pop it open. This is a saltwater rated knife, so it needs basically no maintenance. Serrated. These are a little more expensive than the Buck 110, but I love how it has the little clip, easily fits into a pocket. Great for an everyday carry. Nylon, some sort of synthetic grippy package on this. I'm not a knife expert, but these are the two knives, one or the other, that I carry with me every day. And finally, those are the 4 things I keep with me every single day in the orchard. Number 1, I keep my Corona bypass shears, the BP 7200s. Number 2, a handful of zip ties as I'm walking through the orchard, needing to use those. Number 3, a decent set of gloves that I'm wearing at all times, but I'm not paying a lot of money for them. And if I lose them, they're easy to replace. Number 4, carrying some sort of pocket knife. And the 5th thing I like to keep with me is some sort of bigger bypass shear. So I actually really have come to love, these are 2 different versions, the SL3264, SL3264, or the SL4264. The 4264 just has this little extra mechanism. I'm telling you, this thing is a beast. It can cut 1.5-inch branches with ease as long as you're on the end. But compared to any other bypass shear you just spend the extra 10 or 15 bucks and buy the Coronas. I mean, I don't care any other brand. You can put any other brand against these. You won't find a better one, in my opinion. They're just, again, I'm not sponsored by Corona, but I've got turned on to those little hand shears by a local orchard that we attend nearby here, and they had tons of them, and I just bought those and started with those, and I'm telling you, I've used other ones, they're junk. These are great. So these are something I usually keep in the truck nearby just in case there's a bigger branch or a bigger problem, but a little harder to fit in your back pocket. So anyway, those are the 4 things I keep with me at all times while I'm in the orchard, and a 5th thing that I keep nearby. What other things do you carry with you while you're out working in your orchard? Leave something in the comments. Let me know. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, guys and gals, if you're not out there growing, you're dying.